This curve looks normal, but its radius quietly increases crash risk. Most drivers think curves are dangerous because people drive too fast. That's only part of the story. The real problem is something more subtle. It's the mismatch between road geometry and human perception. Curves are designed for a specific speed. Engineers calculate a minimum radius based on friction, superelevation, and expected vehicle dynamics. On paper, everything works. But drivers don't experience curves on paper. They experience them in real time. They judge speed visually. They follow the flow of the road. They rely on what feels comfortable. And that's where things start to fail. On many roads, the operating speed is higher than the design speed. The curve looks open. The approach feels straight. There is no strong visual warning, so drivers enter faster than the curve was designed for. At first, everything feels fine, then lateral forces increase, grip starts to drop, and suddenly the margin for correction is gone. This is why small changes in curve radius can produce large changes in crash risk. A slightly tighter radius means higher lateral acceleration. On dry pavement, drivers may recover. On wet pavement, that same curve becomes unforgiving. Vehicles drift wide, they cross the center line, they leave the roadway. Not because drivers are reckless, but because geometry and perception don't match. Another problem is consistency. When a road has long, gentle curves, drivers adapt to that rhythm. Then one sharper curve appears. Visually, it doesn't stand out enough, but dynamically, it behaves very differently. That single curve becomes a crash hotspot. Engineers call this a design inconsistency. Drivers experience it as a surprise, and surprise is dangerous at speed. This is why so many run-off road and head-on crashes happen in curves. Not because curves are bad, but because their radius doesn't communicate risk clearly enough. Good road design is not just about meeting standards. It's about aligning geometry with how drivers actually behave. When curves look safer than they are, they invite mistakes. And small geometric decisions turn into real crashes. Curves don't fail because drivers are careless. They fail when road design and human perception don't agree.